I think that calls for a mic drop, except I can't drop this mic because it's on a stand. Blue gem, please, Bob. That'll do me. Sorry, red gem I needed for this, didn't I? Blue gem was for that other Rolling Stones level. Right, so there's no bunkum at the start here, but there is bunkum later on. Right. Why can't I do that? Right, look, there's a cheeky one up there. Whatever. Didn't need it. Literally do not need it. Especially since there's one there, and then another one there. For crying out loud. Oh! Yeah, input lag got me there. Nearly. By the way, here's the red gem. First one. You can walk on the railings and sort of avoid all the difficult bits. But it's actually harder to get onto the railing than it is to just play the level. Right, here we go. There's a little bit of a puzzle here. You've got to... It's a tricky one, that, because you've got to work out the sort of timing for it. Not the timing, the right order to do it in. If you already know how to do it, or if you can work it out, then great, but... It took me a few goes first time I did it, and yeah, if you make one slip, then there's no going back. So you got to get it perfect. I know it's not the most difficult of puzzles. It's not exactly point and click adventure. Although a Crash Bandicoot point and click would not be a bad idea. Maybe not with Crash as the protagonist, but hey, there's some lore to be explored here. You see, I was about to say, you see, this is why this level is harder than the other one, because you got to do all the jumping, whereas the other one is just tortoises. It's easy. But yeah, if you can perfect being able to get onto the railing, I mean, you can do it. But it's trickier to do than it looked like. And yet I just did it twice in a row. How the hell did I do that? I don't know. I won't be able to do it again, trust me. But like I say, learning how to do it is harder and will be more time consuming than just getting on with doing the level. So might as well just do the level. Plus it hurts your gamer cred if you do it like that. Hello? Oh, brilliant. What the hell's happened here? Technical difficulties. I swear it's just got louder. Has it got louder on your end? Well, I suppose I'll find out soon enough. Here we are, we're back again. Oh! Oh! By the way, the hogs, in case you're not aware, cannot be killed. They are immortal hogs. If you try and kill them, they will just murder you. And they also walk over gaps in the bridge, look. So they are not only invincible and murderous, but they are also extremely lightweight. And how the hell they got up here is another question entirely. In Crash 2, I think it's interesting. I was going on about lore earlier, but actually, there's only 2 enemies in the whole game that actually belong to Cortex. Well, when I say belong, I mean sort of Cortex's minions. Or maybe not 2, maybe a few more, but the vast majority of enemies in Crash 2 are Brio's minions and subjects and modified animals. So there you go. Find that interesting. Again, a little bit of lore goes a long way. Because obviously Brio, I think he designed the Evolvo-Ray or something like that. Cortex just sort of built it, or maybe it was the other way around. But he definitely had a hand in it, so he sends a lot of mutant animals to go after the mutant animal. That's what he does, look! The hogs are just exacerbated by the fact that they stop, turn around and prod you. If they didn't stop, they'd be a lot more dealable, but because they stop in place, you can't jump and let them go underneath you, is what I'm saying. Oh! Oh! Oh, I managed to... What's the current standard for your flat screen displays. Because I know LCD's okay, but then you've got all these TN and IPS and stuff. I find it a bit much to keep up with. I remember when it was just LCD, LED, and then LED was the good one and LCD was the cheap one. That was easy. And now you've got LED, OLED, ammo LED, super ammo LED, and it was like that flipping 7 years ago when I first got my phone, my first smartphone, and they had all these silly old LED variants. And that was even more. Right. Good. Please say it's just tortoises from here on out. I can do tortoises. Tortoises are easy. Ah. Oh. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, no. There's this bit. And this could just undo all my effort. Are you ready? So that bit... let's just jump. That bit behind the high road at the start, it's like that, but you're jumping forward. But that first bit, you can't really see what you're doing. Oh. Because of the exit portal. So you've just got it's a leap of faith. Fortunately, it's not a leap of faith when you're coming back, because you can see all the slats. Please say I've done it. Cross your fingers. Phew! Let's do Cortex Power. I can't remember if I need a green or blue for this, but... Or if you get the green from this by using it. Oh, who knows? Right, so if I recall... Let's see if I can remember how I did this before. Ooh. Not handy at all. So, right to start with, you need to go right initially. Yeah, whatever, man. Checkpoint, that's good, yeah, just what I wanted. And right again, and you need to go right here because there's a switch crate up here. Or is there? No, well, just crates. Oh yeah, there is a switch crate, look. Did he just shoot me? Never been shot by that guy. Not to my knowledge, anyway. Right. Now I'll go left. There's a bit where it's really difficult to go back on yourself once you get past it. Might be this bit. Ah, look, there we go. All I know is that you've got to do the gem last. So, let's... last until a certain point. Ah, no, this is the bit that's really difficult to get... Right, yeah, okay, so... And when you've done the gem, you come back to there, and then there's just a couple of crates you need to get. Right. So. Oof. Let's do the gem bit. Really now? Oh, yeah. Let's just detonate them all. I don't care what's there. It's probably just one-ups, isn't it? Wait for them all to blow up. Yep, that'll do me. I have no masks, but yeah, once you've done that bit, you actually cannot come back at all because you've destroyed all the crates. So, but I think it's okay because if I go back here, just destroy this thing. Oh, I thought I'd landed on the red pipe there. Right, I think this is the crate. Just check if there's any others. Yeah, and then this is the bit that you come to, so... I hope I'm right now. Oh, look, the timing's changed because, that thing about radius. Oof. Right, and then, you come to this bit, and I think once again it sort of blocks you off after this bit. So you've got to hope that you've done all the crap you needed to do. By the way... One up. Ah, yeah. Yeah, when I was saying it blocks you off. This is what you need. Oh, boy. Right, okay. That was risky, but... There we go. I hope I've done that right. Let's not bother. Come on, let's just get it out of the way. I wish to see my result, damn it. If I did do that right, I'd be very impressed that I've got a good memory. But oh, I did it! Nice! That's how you do Cortex Power. I remember when I first did that, I had to draw a map for myself, because damn, but yeah. My brain is obviously a bit better than it was then, because I could remember what to do. So that's great. Now I've got video evidence. Oh, I needed the blue gem for Jaws. Let's get Jaws out of the way. And then maybe I'll try Lights Out. No, I should try the lab next, after this. But I would love a nitro field level based on this level. Right. And we've got our cheese tactic as well. Check it out. Yeah, oh, I didn't even need it. Oh, yeah. I've just realised as well. One of the things that I really like about this game. There's no UI. And because of the style of game it is, there's no reason to have a UI all the time. I mean, you can bring up the UI and you get it when you collect one fruit and lives. But in general, there is no UI. And it's great. It's just so nice. I like stuff like that. I mean, on my phone and on my computer, I like to have an empty desktop. And in the same way, I like my games to have minimal user interface. Oh, you're kidding me! Square hitbox. Strikes again. Flipping square hitbox. It's a lie. I just can't believe it. People give insane negative reviews because it's got a slightly different hitbox that makes no difference. That's how cross I am. I just wasted a life. One of my favourite ones in Warped, where... Oh, by the way, this is another cheeky secret. Hey, look, you might have missed a crate on this level when you did, when you got the gem and you think you've got everything, you might still have missed a crate. Well, hey. There it is. Yeah, one of my favourite ones from Warped is the one on the Egypt levels. So Tomb Time and all that. Oh, by the way, this bit's a bit tricky because you've got a mask. And you get the spikes that come out of the floor you've got to dodge. Are you... What?! Cannot be serious. The spikes, the sort of spears that come out of the floor, and if you get hit by one, Crash sort of grabs onto the ceiling, terrified. It's not a death, and it doesn't really make much sense, but I think it's just brilliant. And all these other non-deaths, like the one that I mentioned where he falls into the lava, but it doesn't. Nothing happens. It just gets charred fur, and then he just sits there. Coco was a bit pointless in the originals, and now she's an actual character. It makes me happy. Although I think there's a bit of a mismatch between what she's like in Insane and what she's like in Crash Team Racing. Because in Nitro Field, she's more of a... She's like she's taking selfies all the time, and she's always on her phone and stuff, and she's just like these weird millennial dances. And yet in Insane, she comes across a bit of a dork. Now maybe in Nitro... Oh man, I just realised how much bunk I'm talking, but whatever, I'm talking about it. Screw you, it's my stream. Maybe in... What?! I can't believe I did that twice. Maybe in Crash Team Racing she's trying to be cool, because she's not a cool sort of character. She's a very dorky sort of character. She's got a certain naivete in Insane that doesn't come across in Nitro Field. I don't know what I'm saying. Crash Bandicoot Studies 101. Maybe I should do lectures about Crash. That would be fun. If I could get paid to lecture about Crash Bandicoot, that would be my dream job. Maybe in the future there'll be because you know you got film studies now, and that's a relatively new thing, isn't it? You wouldn't have had that. I mean, obviously you would have had it in the 90s. Maybe, I don't know if, was it a thing in the 80s? I can't imagine it was a thing in the 70s, but I can see it becoming a thing in the 80s. Maybe a niche thing, and then in the 90s it would have come a bit more widespread. But do you think in the future we'll have game studies? I think there will be. I think it'll be the study of video games for maybe people who want to go into writing or designing video games more. So I'm going to leave that mask there. It's just not worth it. I'll get this one. For so much for it not being worth it. Okay, I'm leaving the masks. They're just not worth it. Oh god, the emergency services. They might be AI driven. I hesitate to say taken over by robots because that sounds a bit far-fetched when I say it like that, but when I say AI driven, that suddenly sounds like it could happen. So it's entirely possible that we'll be having robot policemen. Maybe not robot policemen, but certainly firefighters could definitely be robotized. And maybe in the very distant future we could have robot doctors. Possibly self-service general practitioners. That's entirely possible. I can see that happening in the not too distant future. Self-service general practitioners. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. So basically, being able to lecture about Crash Bandicoot as a job could be viable. Although it wouldn't be specific to Crash Bandicoot. I think you've got there's so many games with rich, deep lore, but I think that I'd be happier talking about the lesser known games because that's kind of my MO. At least I like to tell myself that's my MO. I mean, you've got Oddworld. That's got a hell of a lore that could be talked about. Payday. That'd be fun to talk about, wouldn't it? Oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? Escape! Ah! Give me that key, you jerk. You've got a blue gem, which has a cheeky secret crate, but then you've also got that other cheeky secret that you wouldn't know about. Unless you just so happen to think, well, there's a Wumpa Fruit floating there. Where does that go? It's like that cheeky secret in Heavy Machinery. Hey! Please.